Sorry, guys, we're a little bit late into the predictions on our thing. Way late, meaning we've already missed one fight.
That's right. But for those you don't know, first off, I'm Dale. That's
I'm Jordan.
And
MMA World agree to disagree, guys. We've been caught up, getting some food and watching Bellator. That we're a little bit late into the fights. Plus, on top of it, we just didn't want to watch commercials.
yeah,
So we kind of taped it a bit.
yeah.
All right. What we can tell you though is you missed so far is you missed a verbal tap out by Alan Belcher doing to Jason McDonald, which kind of surprised both of us when we heard the news.
Yeah, that was the first round. We didn't see how it happened. We'll probably go back and see it, but
we'll tell you about it definitely forever. We also know that Cody McKenzie 2 in a row rear naked choke tap outs.
I gotta think he's out of the UFC after this one. I mean, he hasn't really looked all that great.
Since tough.
Yeah, since tough. I mean, since he choked out Aaron Wilkinson, he's just been having a tough time.
All right. Well, I don't really know what the lineup is so far, except that I know Court McGee and
Court McGee, Dongie Yang,
and
Eric Koch versus Jonathan Brookins. That's actually the next fight on the card after Belcher and
So,
McDonald.
buddy, who do you have winning this fight?
Okay, well, I'll just say for Brookins and Koch, I think I gotta go maybe with Koch. I don't.
Very good knockout power. I'll agree with that.
Yeah,
and very good wrestling skills that could counter his jiu-jitsu, but it's yet again we've also seen that we saw that all over the Tough House that it was very hard to counter his jiu-jitsu.
It is very tough to counter his jiu-jitsu, but I don't know if the weight cut's gonna have any effect on him. I don't know if he'll be able to do any of that stuff on Koch. Koch says if he gets the first round, he not only wants the knockout of the night bonus, he also wants to get in the upper echelon. Not going to be easy against Aldo, but...
And what I definitely got, man, is I either see a third-round submission by Brookins, rear naked choke or guillotine choke.
Yeah.
Or possibility of a heel hook submission second round by Koch. With third round ground and pound.
Yeah, but Koch's no joke.
It's too close. I really can't pick a winner in this fight.
It's going to be tough for me, too. I mean, Koch's only loss was Chad Mendez.
And Chad Mendez is fucking insane, dude.
Yeah, he is.
And there's a reason why he's one of the number one contenders for the title.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, so we're going down to Court McGee. I'm going to sound a little biased here, but I'm already going to say Court McGee.
I might say... I want to say this. I will go Court McGee also. I'll say submission, but I want to see what Dong Ye can do. I want to see how good he is.
Somehow, actually, I'll take that question that the question you just had with the submission. I would actually give that to Dong. I would actually give a knockout by Court in this fight. But personally, the realistic things, I see it going the distance.
It could go the distance.
With most likely probably Court winning by a couple points.
Probably, but
not much though.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. But like I said, I want to see what Dong Ye can do. I have not seen either of this kid's two fights. I know he came in undefeated when he fought Chris Camozzi, and I know he's a wild man. He's gonna make it a tough fight for.
Well, to be fair, there's no really more wild man than this guy named Keith Haring.
Well, yeah, wild enough to where he's in Hollywood now.
Okay, that's true. And just so we get this right, if you guys have been reading our forums, I made a typo there about the Keith Haring coming back on the Fox card. There's no guarantee yet, but they are saying he will be back sometime by the end of this year. That's what I've been reading, at least.
All I know is Cain Velasquez for Junior Dos Santos is going to be awesome.
And on top of it, they're actually going to have him card. They're not going to do just an
hour.
They changed it because they said because Guidas ended up signing with the card, and they said that would be a waste of talent for just showing one fight in an hour.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Or a possibility of two. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
They said it's not worth it. Only an hour. And Fox agreed 100%. They said they can't show that on. Then they can't show. They can only show the main event on the primetime main channel Fox, but they're gonna show the actual event on FX.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll definitely look forward to that.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be watching that.
Oh yeah, and before we get too distracted, Jake Shields, Jake Ellenberger.
That is very true. This should be very interesting considering the fact that both these guys actually had been working together this whole in the past 6 months together when they were making the project called The Warrior. What? The motion picture, they were working together as doing the choreography.
Dude, I wouldn't say that for anyone who hasn't watched The Warrior, dude.
Yeah,
that's gonna kill it for them.
I mean, everybody knows there's choreography in every movie. and at least in this movie, they're having real martial art, like real MMA fighters doing the
Well,
choreography.
well, yeah, but I mean, what if something gets pulled off that you wouldn't see in MMA? I mean,
Then you know what I would say?
what?
Only for Japan.
Oh my god.
I'm just fucking with you or Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle doing most of
Okay.
this stuff.
Anyways,
Yeah, okay, guys.
who cares about what they've been doing outside?
That's
What
very
they've been
true.
doing. Shields lost his dad, but he's been a warrior. He didn't back out of the fight. He's been training for Jake Ellenberger. Jake Ellenberger's been calling out Jake Shields. Of course,
You know, I have this actually an interesting fight. Somehow I see this going all 3 rounds. What about you?
definitely gonna think all 3 rounds.
But there could be a choke in there by Shields.
There could be a choke, but you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I haven't really been that impressed with Jake Shields.
Since he's
I'm
hit
sorry.
the UFC, yeah.
Since he's hit the
I mean,
UFC.
since Dan Henderson fight, dude, that was probably one of the most entertaining performances by Jake Shields in a
Yeah.
while.
I mean, he just hasn't looked that great at
I'm
welterweight.
hoping but knowing Jake Ellenberger, he's gonna be pushing him the whole match.
Yeah, he'll definitely push him. I would not be surprised if Jake Shields gets dropped. I will be surprised if he gets knocked out a little bit.
I kind of want to actually. You guys know I'm a big Cesar Gracie fan, and especially with the Trace, the three amigos being Gilbert Melendez, being Nick Diaz, and being Jake Shields. I enjoy watching all of them, but personally, I don't know who's gonna win tonight. Honestly, I'm just gonna say let's fence it and hope for the best.
All right, let's fence and hope for the best. All I'm gonna say is this: I've said it for the past 2 weeks. I'm gonna say it tonight. Jake Shields is not Carlos Eduardo Rocha. He's not John Howard. If it goes to the ground, Jake Shields hasn't really looked that active on the ground against Martin Kamen and George St. Pierre, but he could be pretty damn active against Jake Ellenberger.
Very true, very true. All right, guys. Well, we'll get back to you guys after the fights. Probably a little bit later afterwards, but we'll let you know the rest. All right, guys. Jordan again.
Dale,
See you guys later.
peace.